We're here with Smith County Fire Marshal Jay Brooks. Jay, tell me a little bit about what happened today.
We had some workers here that were testing a line for a company that they were contracted with that was looking at purchasing a section of inactive line. And in the course of their operation, they were doing what's called a hydrostatic test, which means they were pressurizing the line with water to check for leaks. During that test, they found a problem where they found a section of line, and that's the hole that you see behind me. It was a section of line that had been cut and capped, and so they couldn't complete their test. They had gone down into the hole, dug it out, and were attempting to cut the caps off of both sides, and then we're going to weld a section of pipe between those two sections, and that's when the accident occurred. They didn't get very far, as you can see, because the caps are still on place.
And we've got fire still going right now, but that's residual gas because the gas is basically dissipated at this time.
That's correct.
There was no evacuations in this incident, no injuries, but we do see that one of the workers was able to get out, but he left his boots behind because I guess this was like a flash fire type situation.
It was. He was cutting. We were doing a hot operation, so he's actually cutting. Wasn't expecting a problem because of the fact that the line was supposed to be what's called pickled or made safe, and evidently there was some residual. When he pushed the water down, he pushed the material down through this end of the pipe. This is the lowest section. So obviously it probably scared him. I would have done the same thing. I would have just been trying to get out of that pit. As you can tell, it's quite muddy down there.
It's quite muddy and it's very hot down there. We actually see the iron ore on fire glowing there. It's got to be pretty hot for that to burn, right?
It does. It absolutely does. And you know, this fire was, as you can tell from the blackened areas around, the fire was much larger a while ago. But again, this situation wasn't as dangerous as it would have been had this line been live. Of course, they wouldn't have been operating the same way, in the same manner.
Right. It was what they call a dead line.
Exactly.
There was residual gas in that line, and basically this is what we have.
Correct.
But the most important part is that we've had no injuries.
Exactly.
We've had no evacuations. We have people that live just 100 yards away, maybe.
Maybe.
Yep. They're not home, it doesn't look like, but they wouldn't have been evacuated
Not in this particular scenario.
Now the road is shut down, but that's just for emergency vehicles to come in and out of, so that they have an area to work around.
That's correct. Just here as a safety precaution, and like I said, we're probably getting pretty close to being able to open the road back up.
Man, how long is this going to burn like this, do you think?
They're about to push some more water, and I would think no more than about another hour or so.
Okay.
And then obviously the pipe's going to have to cool before they can work on it, but then they'll continue their operation.